But I'm really welcoming the fact that it is an apolitical discussion on a very, very serious issue. Instead of looking for blames of against a political party or anybody, we are discussing an issue which has very far-reaching ramifications. You know, I am really worried about one thing, as we all discussed, that these are self-radicalized individuals. I mean, they have not been trained or indoctrinated by individuals or organizations, but they have done it themselves. This is so worrisome that I think we need to have a strategy on that. And the best strategy on this would be that the entire society, including the Muslim Samaj, including the clergymen, the intellectuals, everybody, we all talk about jihad in its perspective. You see, there is this misnomer in this indoctrination that terror is a part of an expression of jihad, which it is not. And it is acceptable as non-tenable by everybody. I don't think there is a difference of opinion that what they are doing is jihad. I don't think there is a difference of opinion. But that this is not jihad is something which must be very frequently be brought out.
And it has been, but you know, the critics say not enough. That's that's also a problem. The critics say it's been spoken about by the community. You know, the conservative clergy has spoken about it, denounced it, but it's not been enough. The complaint usually I hear is that not more Muslims are coming out and denouncing it publicly outright. You know, I want to go for the self-radicalization part of it.
This incident could be the starting point for this education.
Well, you know, I think efforts have already been made here, but going also slightly away from the fact that these were youngsters who were self-radicalized. One of them was gunned down. There is also Brajesh.
Not only this, Atar, I think the polity should also speak in one language. In spite of the gravest provocation on being accused of being non-secular and all, I don't want to get into this because the need of the hour is not to score brownie points. The need of the hour is, as a polity, we must express our concern at what is happening. And if we are in one voice in condemnation of the attempt to of these self-radicalized individuals, I think it will send a very good message that the nation is united in its fight against terror, and that there is no jihad, there is no cause of jihad here in India, and there cannot be a justification. And what is being done is not a religious sacrifice, but pure, simple terrorism.
So you're saying, Sudhanshu, that the political questioning of, let's say, what a Prime Minister says about a Kanpur link to the ISI, or the ISI link to the Kanpur blast, you think that's harmful, and that does a disservice, really, to the narrative we're trying to build here?
You know, the narrative which I'm trying to build just now will suffer if I get into the merits and demerits of what was said earlier. I mean, let today be the starting point. The elections are over. People can forego positionings and posturings. The fight against terrorism and the menace of self-radicalization is of the gravest concern to this nation. And as a nation, let us forego political gains, small, narrow political gains.
I think Mr. Mittal makes a very valid point here. You know, some questions that have come also, Brajesh, have been from your party.
Brajesh, my humble request to you is again, the posturing which we are doing is not in the interest of the nation right now. Being accusationary to a political party which is in the establishment today, you may score brownie points. I don't want to join this debate about what is secular and what is non-secular.
I fully support you, Mr. Mittal. I fully support you. Mr. Mittal, I fully support you. You're saying absolutely the right thing. I wish you had given these words of wisdom to Mr. Narendra Modi when he was in Mumbai during the attacks on Mumbai. You know, when he was standing outside the Taj Hotel and addressing the media. Maybe I wish you had a hotline to speak to Mr. Modi and you could have conveyed these sentiments. They are such outstanding sentiments. I really respect these sentiments. I wish these sentiments had been passed on to Mr. Modi during 2008.
All right, let him respond to that. Sudhanshu Mittal.
Again, as I said, I don't want to join this issue with you.
Even I don't want to. I'm only pointing out that this would have been so nice. I mean, what you're saying is totally
I think he mentioned, I think very importantly, the elections are over now. Nobody should be posturing. I think Mr. Mittal wants to say something genuine. Let's go ahead. Mr. Mittal, please finish your sentence.
And Vijayji, we are having such a civilized debate.
No, we still are.
I'm supporting you.
This is quite civil compared to the other.
Let us give space to each other to express their views. Vijayji, you know, right now this debate on what is secular and what is communal may really not yield results.
Yeah.
Because the conduct could be so debatable that the purpose of what we are discussing will get lost. I mean, we can politicize this issue as much as we want and milk
No, we have not done it. Neither have you done it, nor have I done it.
Sir, I have not
I really, what you said appealed to me so much that I thought that you should have, really told Mr. Modi this in 2008, because that would have, made us.
Okay. I think you're a decent man.
No, one second. Mr. Mittal, let's finish the point. I want to wrap up in a bit. We have another very important, and that I believe won't be as civilized debate as this. But go ahead, please.
Hold on. Vijayji, wise counsel should prevail. I have not accused anybody. I have not accused
even I haven't
you
accused
or any
anybody.
political party. I am saying you are taking the name of my Prime Minister in a very derogatory fashion.
No, not at all.
Point.
Not at all. I'm only supporting you.
Sir,
I'm only wishing that your wise counsel had prevailed at that time. Because that would have given this country a certain direction.
Please.
Mr.
Mittal, let's come back to the point.
We are not here for TRP statement.
No, we are not. We are not. Of course. It's a very serious issue. Let's continue our discussion. Please go ahead.
I am making a humble appeal that as a nation, all of us must realize our responsibility to fight this menace, which is very serious. And the best we can do it is to be united in our voices to say this is not a jihad. You're getting misguided. Terror has no place in any civilized society.
Absolutely no disagreement
in any civilized society.
I think that's a perfect end to this conversation.
Let everybody in one voice say this is wrong.
Absolutely. Then, no disagreements there, Mr. Mittal. I think you put it succinctly.
Let's not give it a communal color.
We'll end it on that positive note, that hopeful note, that uniting note. Many thanks, Mr. Mittal, for joining us. Colonel Mehdiratha Brajesh Kalapa stays with us for the next debate. Ritu Singh, as well as Nasir Salim, who joined us. We'll take a very quick break at this moment. When we come back, Asim Anand has been acquitted in the Ajmer blast. He's an accused in one more, but we'll talk all about the two blasts in just a bit.